all I can say is wow. It is so beautiful. The ocean looks calm. There's no wind at all. There's a big, bright, full moon overhead and a gorgeous sunrise manifesting itself. It is absolutely beautiful here this morning. We've got a lot to talk about. Baja yellowtail on a tear. I mean, they are biting really big time. That bluefin tuna down to 300 miles is still in the picture. We've got some great local fishing for sculpin, whitefish, sheephead, and rockfish seasons looming April the 1st. More halibut and better surf fishing and so much more. I'll get set up. It's a gorgeous, beautiful morning. I don't know how it can get any nicer than this. I'll get set up for the MB and be back in a moment. My wife Ruth and I spent a couple of hours down at beautiful 22nd Street Landing, packing my car full of great stuff. Fishing equipment, sporting goods, medical supplies, and so much more. All the things that you have all donated, and now they are on their way to Mexico. Had a lot of fun with Ruth, and I can't thank you all enough for your kindness and generosity. Buddy, you are invited to my birthday bash here in Sunset Beach, California, right on the corner of Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway. There's plenty of parking normally here. If you can't find it, you go across the street over there to Peter's Landing and park over there. And then all you're going to do is walk out on the beach right here, and we'll be waiting for you right there. You don't have to go any further than that. We've got all kinds of stuff. Our raffle. We've got some food. We're going to drink some hot coffee down there. And of course, we're going to catch lots of surffish. Kids are welcome. Kids are encouraged to come and experience the great outdoors. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you have any questions at all, please give me a call at 657-227-6459. It's an opportunity, a chance for me to say thank you for your great support, a chance for the Freedman Adventures community, family, to come together on a really
Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget, if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja, California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning.
Oh my God, it is really beautiful here this morning. If March the 23rd is anything like this, and it's supposed to be even nicer, it's going to be a fun day. I can't wait to see you there. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh my God, my coffee's still hot. Not that cold. It's a little chilly for sure, but not bad at all. And absolutely stunningly beautiful, no wind. If you're heading out this morning, it's going to be a beautiful day out on the water. If you're doing whale watching, by the way, there's a ton of northbound whales coming back up from the warm water lagoons of Baja, California, and headed for their home up there in the Bering Sea of Alaska after calving down there in the Sea of Cortez. And man, I'm telling you right now, you can get out on a day like this and see forever. It's going to be a big whale watching day here in SoCal also. All right, if you don't mind, hit that like button. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. If you could share these videos everywhere, that also would be deeply appreciated. Subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that little bell. You will be notified when there is new content. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. It is a gorgeous morning here in SoCal. Let's talk Mexico. down in Cabo San Lucas. Inshore is where most of the boats have been fishing just because of the wind. It's been pretty windy. You get out a couple days a week for the most part, but when you do, you can still find some yellowfin tuna. Offshore, 20, 25 miles if you find that pod of dolphin. Inshore, we're seeing sierras and really good sierra fishing, smaller roosters, and in addition to that, some yellowtail. But man, the more we move up the peninsula, the better the yellow bite gets. It's been good here recently. Baja Pirates, Tail Hunter International, down in La Paz. Great fishing down there in the capital city of Baja California Sur. La Paz has been kicking out big yellows. Again, the admonition about the wind. It's too windy on most days, but when you get out to Soravo Island, you can make some bait. It's good. You stay inshore, there's some roosters. Not all that much. We're coming together. Water's starting to warm a little bit more. There's quite a bit of sierras, however, and there's also been a few yellows in there, but the islands are where you want to be fishing. Mulaje, Loreto. I love Laredo. It is such a great Mexican town. It's maintained that sense of a small Mexican town. Loreto is a beautiful place to fish, and the yellows are biting in Loreto and Mulaje. It's been quite good there. So that continues to go along very, very well. Now, we're getting closer to Southern California. Only 140 miles down below the border is San Quintin, Baja California Norte. And they had some full speed yellow action going on down there, biting the surface iron. Really good stuff. That surface iron bite has been outstanding down there. And when we say surface iron, if you're new to the game, it's simply an iron or a lure or a jig, as they are also referred to as, moving across the surface. So they're lighter and they move across the surface, as opposed to a yo-yo iron, which is a heavier jig and sinks deeper into the water column. And with that jig moving across the surface, you get to see some explosive blowouts on that jig, and that's what makes it so much fun. Anticipating the blowout, actually seeing the blowout, setting the hook, and catching yellowtail. They're doing quite well down there in San Quintin. And in addition to that, of course, they've got some really good rock fishing going on. Excellent rock fishing down at Punta Colinet. That's 120 miles down below the border. Somebody's going to catch a yellow on one of these these day and a half trips out of San Diego down there at Colinet. They are surrounded by yellowtail, as I will show you in a moment, and that is going to bleed in to Southern California at some point in time. But down there at Colinet, great lingcod fishing, great rock fishing for the San Diego boys that have been going down there and doing well. Whoa, that water feels like it's starting to get up towards 60 degrees as we're coming off a grunion run here in the surf, and there was some much better fishing in the surf, and with a week of great weather, that should continue to head in the right direction. But let me finish up with Mexico, and now we go to Ensenada. Beautiful Ensenada, only a 70-mile drive below the border, and they're having some really good yellow action here recently. Yesterday was a great day for yellowtail fishing. The yellows are up under the birds. They're there around Punta Banda. We see them out by the island, which is Todos Santos Island. They're biting the surface iron. We see yellows down the coast around Santo Tomas. Friends up there in Popotla, which is a little fishing zone just a little bit south of Rosarito Beach, like 15 minutes south of there. They're getting up there. Cortez Sport Fishing is getting in on them. Primero Dios Sport Fishing, Maras Sport Fishing, Blackfin Sport Fishing. These are all operators down there in Mexico that do not only a superior job with regard to the fishing, they're good at that, but also just the Baja hospitality. When you come back in, they prepare your fish, fillet it out, or prepare it however you want it, and you're sitting there and you're having a beer, or you're having a cup of coffee, or some other libation for that matter, and while you're doing that, you're bonding with your crew, they're cleaning your fish. It's great stuff. And all of that yellowtail, we see that line of yellowtail from literally Cabo San Lucas, 1,000 miles up there to the border. It's going to bleed in here. Coronado Islands, they've had a few yellows from the guys, private boaters and pongueros, like guys out of Popotla been out there. Look out. The San Diego is a boat out of C4 Sport Fishing, full day boat. And I believe he's going this weekend. I see yellows in his future. How many, I'm not sure. I'd bring both yo-yo and surface iron just to be sure, because in the wintertime, and I know, March the 20th, tomorrow, it's spring. Officially spring, chronologically spring. I would still bring it because during the winter, you get a lot of yo-yo iron fish biting. Wow. I mean, you got to marvel at this. It is so darn beautiful. Man, it is gorgeous. All right, back up here in the good old USA. A lot of sculpin, really good sculpin fishing all the way up into the Channel Islands. Really good white fishing for many of the boats. You get weather like this, and it just gives you such a better chance. So that is good news. A lot of that, and rockfish will open up on April the 1st. That's going to be a lot of fun. The Aloha Spirit up there out of Cisco's yesterday had, I think, limits of sheephead. He had a halibut to go along with it. So there's some of those catches. The Native Sun is on their way out right now. Cliff Hodges is on that boat. Cliff, I'm wishing you the best of luck. I hope you're watching the morning briefing. Well, you're not going to have time. You're going to be fishing for halibut. But he'll be out there, and he's going to file a report with us a little bit later. The Native Sun runs out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. And, of course, they are doing their halibut derby / bass derby. We'll see if that picks up coming off the heels of this Grunion run. Something tells me it's going to be really, really good. We'll be watching it very, very closely. A little bit of bass here and there. Some pretty good sand bass fishing. And by that, in the wintertime, I mean, we got one more day of winter. One sand bass per rod, maybe two. Now, guys that know what they're doing can catch a limit of 5 sand bass. They can do that, no problem at all, because they're paying attention and they're doing what's right. So ask a crew member for help. I got a feeling Marina Del Rey is going to get into some bass here. Water's still pretty cold after all that blow, but it's going to warm up fast. We're going to get some solar warming for sure. I mean, I already see the sun out, and that ocean's nice and calm and gorgeous. It's looking good. Yesterday, Wayne Shima Bakuro. Wayne told me, just say my last name like you're angry. So Wayne Shima Bakuro. How's that? Wayne was right down there where you see the tower. That's where we're going to be on March the 23rd. I'm going to make it easy for you. There's parking there and across the street. You can drop off all your stuff if you have to park across the street. Drop it off and then go over there and park and run back. We got a ton of people. We can watch your stuff, help you out. Just let us know. Big raffle. We're going to love you if you participate in our raffle. It helps us so much in all the stuff we're trying to accomplish here at Freedman Adventures, providing you with more content. Big raffle. And fishing, I mean, I like the variety that Wayne Shima Bakuro had yesterday. He had some really good fishing for yellowfin croaker. He had corbina, had some nice barred perch to go along with it. And I got to tell you, this looks like corbina halibut kind of a situation here. It's perfectly calm. Throwing a Lucky Craft lure, not a bad idea, because these fish have been feeding on Grunion, so they're kind of keyed in on that right now. But also a little chrome Castmaster, a little chrome crocodile. I love fishing that. You'll catch those yellowfin croaker, halibut, and even the barred perch on those baits. Perhaps fishing natural live baits is the best way to go during this time of the year, although Wayne fishes that camo worm, that Berkeley Gulp camo worm, and he says it's been so effective. So that is something I would definitely have for March the 23rd. And you can get all of that down at Big Fish Bait and Tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. Those guys are great. And on March the 23rd, you get 10% off. Mention Freedman Adventures. Get 10% off any purchase for tackle, not bait, tackle, hooks, line, sinker, all that. 15% off any rod or rod and reel combo that morning. Make sure you do that. Make sure you bring your receipt. If you spend 1 penny at Big Fish, bring your receipt, and we'll take care of you with a free raffle ticket. So you be in the raffle by just dropping by. And in fact, we'll honor any receipts you have for March the 22nd and 23rd from our friends over there at Best Fishing Tackle in Hawthorne, California. So if you plan on attending and you're going by Best Fishing Tackle, bring us a receipt and we'll give you a free raffle ticket. And same thing for our dear friend Kevin over there at Young's Fishing Tackle over there in Bellflower, California. Definitely want to do that. Both those tackle stores. All three provided great raffle stuff for us. In fact, over there at Best Fishing Tackle, Sky is making sure that every person, 100 people, get a nice pack of hooks, like a $5 value of black tail hooks. I don't know how you can beat it. This looks great. And man, I think it's only going to get better as this week goes on. We'll see if we can get some reports. If I get any while I'm up doing post-production on the morning briefing, I'll let you know about that. So we'll keep you in mind with regard to that. That 300-mile bluefin tuna. Talking to Paul Strasser from Independent Sport Fishing, he says, it's not going anywhere. It's still there. Guys have checked it. It's there, and it's biting fish. And it's nice big fish, 100, 200-pound bluefin tuna. Some of it, of course, is a little bit smaller. You get those little dinky 60-pounders. Of course, I'm being slightly facetious. Those fish are magnificent. Just to the south of it, there's some pretty good yellowfin tuna fishing going on also. Personal best catfish for a dear friend of the Freeman Adventures family, and that is Marcus Fain. And what made it so remarkable, he made that catch in one of the local little lakes, inner city lakes. So nice going, Marcus. Beautiful fish. We love to see that. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? It is a gorgeous morning here this morning in Surfside, California. The surfers are heading down here to partake of a gorgeous morning. Who can blame them? It should be beautiful out on the water for those guys also. And once again, as I like to tell you, the great outdoors, I don't know how you can beat it. It is so beautiful to get out here. Whether you're going for a walk, going whale watching, going fishing, taking a hike up in the mountains, trout fishing, whatever it is, get out, enjoy it, get some vitamin D and enjoy what we are so blessed to have here in SoCal, and for that matter, around the world. So many great outdoor opportunities. All right, my friends, we'll see you March the 23rd down there on the corner of Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway. If you need our charter list, I can send that to you, 657-227-6459. And as always, I hope to see you really, really soon. Have a wonderful and beautiful day, my friends.